paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. Alongside of me, Alex Nafusi.
Hey, buddy, what's happening?
Hey, good morning, Alex. What's going on there in Royal Oak, Berkeley area?
When was the last time you and I just did a show, you and me? It's got to be years.
I think we're on over a year for sure, but in our 17th year of hosting the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, as we bring it to you live, it's June 10th, 2017. Steffi Janica, hopefully still on her way here. Maybe had a little hold up this morning. Hope she didn't get caught speeding or something like that. But hopefully Stephanie will still make her way in here because we got tons of information to share with you. If you're out there purchasing a house, thinking about selling your home, this is a show that's going to answer all your questions. And we take your calls here live in the studio at 248-539-9797. Always brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. That's where you can find Alex and myself all week long. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. 1-800-569-7283. Get a real approval letter and make your offer. Put a real plan together. Alex, that's the whole thing as we talk about mortgages, is really getting the plan together. We'll talk about what's been going on, of course, low inventories and all sorts of stuff to share with you this morning.
Well, everyone's on the same team. I mean, people sometimes forget that. One of my good buddies, Ed Witt, closed on his condo in Chicago. It's actually my girlfriend's brother. Yesterday, super happy. It was a great transaction. Both realtors were cool, and they asked me for about a week before closing. They asked them for a mortgage commitment letter. And I said, "Well, I sent that to you, April 28th."
Right.
They said, "No,
the beginning we ran.
That's a pre-approval." And I'm like, "No. That's not a pre-approval. I sent his loan was approved when we took the deal, and it says right on there, contingent upon appraised value and title work." Like, when we give someone an approval, they're good to go.
Yeah.
There's no, it's not, here, a pre-approval is not what the paper it's printed on. I give my clients a mortgage commitment. You're good to go. It's been through underwriting. I verified your funds to close. I verified your pay stubs. And, it was, these realtors they were, I don't want to say shocked, but they were like, wow, really?
Yeah, it's that extra step that we take to take a file and run it actually through the system. So it's a full application. You provide all your documentation. And when we talk about documentation, we'll get into it again today. Again, a lot of focus has been on how to get those documents to us. I don't care if you mail them to us, download them to us. The key is that you get the right documents to your lender, because the same documents that are needed, Alex, and this comes up often. The mortgage people out there listening are saying, yeah, Harvey, go with it. Because the true story with the documents is those are documents. Those are needed to proceed with the transaction and go ahead and get it closed.
Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac required documents.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And if you don't want to provide the documents, pay cash.
Yeah, you can always do this if you got a lot of cash. Or you can borrow the money at all-time low interest rates.
Yeah, I agree with you, yes. But I'm saying, people that, they complain about providing documents, listen, it's not, my life's easier when, if a loan closes in 2 weeks.
Right.
I don't want to have to keep calling you for an updated bank statement and pay stubs and this and that. Stephanie's here finally.
Oh, good.
It's just, I don't want to have to do that. I mean, that's not, I'd rather, be hanging out and doing other stuff. I'm trying to help you and get you in the house as soon as possible.
Yeah, we love calling the agents up and saying, hey, it's all clear to close, and we can set closing dates and, move forward with a whole bunch of families. Hey, we've been in like a 5-year cycle. It's pretty interesting, Alex. I was thinking about it last night. The rates have moved in the smallest margins in reality. I mean, again, whether or not it was 3.5 or even a little bit lower than that on 30-year fixes, now up towards about 4.25. And that whole range, 3.5, let's say, to 4.25, that's generally been the mortgage interest rate range over the last 5 years. The rate is really unique to you, though. And that's what I think people need to understand is it's not one rate fits all. It's based on the program you're getting, the term you're going to get, your credit score, loan to value. And then, of course, another component of the transaction is the lender pay PMI, which is a really unique piece. So again, sometimes a higher interest rate on this lender paid PMI program truly gives you a lower payment and a better tax break. So much to learn about mortgages. Again, find out what your credit score is, find out what loan programs work for your situation, and you're going to have a great time purchasing a house. Again, a lot of helpful tips on purchasing. When rates are hovering around 17-year lows, of course, homes are selling off the market. There's a shortage of inventory that we'll continue to talk about. And if you would like to join the show.
There's not a shortage of inventory. Stop saying that.
I always say it. Why don't you think there is?
Because there's plenty of inventory out there. You just have to pay for it. There's lots of
Are they just
there's lots of
overpriced?
homes on the market. They're just overpriced. And that's what it is. I've been saying it for a year. There's going to be a correction in the market. It's not going to be 2008. There's going to be a correction.
All right.
Demographically, in southeastern Michigan, people don't make enough money to be paying $250 a square foot for a house.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
There are some areas that are really getting priced out. There's no doubt about that. Hey, the Fed's meeting on Wednesday. It was a quiet week last week, but investors are definitely interested in the Fed's verbiage that they're going to be using in this up and coming week. Again, the language they
They're
use,
raising
we'll be
rates.
talking
Here, I'll
about
tell you.
future rate hikes. Oh, you think this one they're going to raise the Fed funds rate again?
Yes.
Right. Now,
100%.
it doesn't necessarily mean that the mortgage rates are going to go up. In fact, many of the Fed fund rate hikes over the last 20 years, we saw where rates actually trickle down. But eventually, the mortgage rates will continue to trickle up. They're just going to have to.
Well, it's just pure mathematics. You can't lend money at 3.5%. Even from a pure overhead standpoint, you still have to pay employees to process your checks. There's still, you have to pay, to keep the lights on and the building and taxes and all that. No stuff, anybody? Wasn't there?
Oh, we didn't get lucky on that. All right.
I thought I saw a car pull up.
Okay.
So they were going to trickle up. Again, though, it's not a terrible thing. If you're still borrowing money at 50-year lows, I've said this 1,000 times. Break it down into the smaller numbers. So if I ask you for $1,000 and I say I'm going to give you $4 a month for the next 30 years,
doesn't sound like a good deal for me.
Why would I? What? I would never do that. It's a terrible deal. But when it comes to a house, all of a sudden, an eighth of a point, or is a huge deal.
All right, we got so much to share with you. 908, if you're just joining us. Yeah, someone clicked the button on summer. Summer is coming up, of course. What is it, the 21st this month? Yeah, as it is every year. And it's going to feel like it this weekend for sure. Temperatures up to about 88 this afternoon and for the next 3 days. Get out there, enjoy the fine weather we have here in Michigan.
You
Although
on your
it's a
boat
little
today?
sticky. Definitely a boating day
You
today.
a boat day today?
And I already did the boating safety thing last week. If you didn't hear it and you're a boater, be careful, stay away from other people. Think safety first. You're going to have a great time out on the waterways. And Alex, you'll find yourself out on a golf course or something this afternoon.
I'm just not going to drive. I don't like driving a car, let alone a boat.
You don't need to drive anything today.
I have plenty of friends.
I think I can push the lawnmower too this morning, so a lot to do if you got to catch up on some of those chores that we haven't done all week. Hey, National Association of Realtors released a new study, talks about the hurdles of home ownership. I don't know. It seems like it's very, very easy with so many zero down
Are you
programs.
referring to the mortgage process or actually owning a home?
No, just the owning of a home and some of the stresses that are involved and the reasons why some of the people haven't purchased a home. And home ownership, believe it or not, is still lagging behind percentages of how many people actually homeowners. Post foreclosure stress caused a lot of families to still stay out of it. 9 million.
Post foreclosure
Yeah,
stress. So
9
they were
million
stressed after
over
their
their-
house went to foreclosure.
And or they watched their families suffer as they had job loss from 2007 to 2011. 9 million people. This is a good reminder out there. It seems like it never even happened, right? 9 million people lost their home through foreclosure from 2007 to 2012. That's
a huge number, man.
Huge number. And again, I remember the days of 06, 07. It was we're getting into it. People were starting to feel like, hey, man, my house isn't worth it. I'm trying to sell it. The appraisal came in light. That was 07. People were losing jobs. And they lost a ton of equity. About 8.7 million people actually did lose their jobs. Other things were the growing student debt. So that continues to be an issue.
That's the next bubble.
Yeah, that's a
I hate
really
to say
big
that
problem.
word, but that's a huge issue, man.
I don't know how we're going to go about it. We're seeing so many of the college grads, they are getting out a 4-year degree if they didn't have help along the way, $60,000 to $100,000 in student loan debt. Absolutely nuts.
So you're starting in the red by $100,000 when you're 22 years old. And I'm not saying the college isn't worth it. And they're not entitled to make a profit on that. But dude, that's $100,000. How much is Michigan State? I'm a Spartan graduate, but I don't remember Michigan State costing $100,000.
Yeah, it's definitely a $20,000. Freshman and sophomore year. That's room and board and books. And
Is
the
that
whole,
how old
whole
I am
deal.
now? I'm just I look back.
You're getting really old. Student loan debt. Also, well, they say, they say current lack of inventory, overbidding, and coming up with the extra funds. Again, that's the situation. If you haven't been able to save extra money and you're looking to get into one of these homes at 3% down, let's call it a $200,000 house at 3% down.
Right.
You know what you have. So you've got your $6,000 you're going to put down, the closing costs, the escrow account. You're ready for your prepaids. Now the house comes in $5,000 short. You need to have a gift. You need to have a family member, somebody help
Well, the
you
money
make
has
up
to
the
be there.
difference. You
There
have
needs
to
to
have
be a
it.
gift. You just have to have the cash.
Okay, you can have the cash. You can also take it out of your 401k, and you can always pay yourself back on your 401k. So there's lots of little things you can do, but it's definitely keeping some people out of the marketplace as they find themselves overbidding on homes and they get that little scare factor going on. So lots of things that will prevent people from taking that step. And I just think that it's lack of knowledge and lack of education on the entire process. So sort of something we always want to do here on the show is open anyone's eyes up to home ownership and show you how easy you can become a homeowner. All right, when we come back, all of your calls, 248-539-9797. We'll be right back.
Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas? There's the Strip with families on vacation and questionable odds. Then there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
There is nothing like the sound of winning. At BP, we like that sound so much, we decided to make a gasoline to help you feel that way all the time. BP Gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine, and with continuous use, it can give you more miles per tank. Talk about a win-win. BP, our best fuel ever.
Versus minimum detergent gas. Average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
Did you know last year we had nearly 25,000 homes for sale in Southeast Michigan, and today we have less than 15? Hi, I'm Realtor Jeff Glover. This summer promises to be a hot seller's market. If you're looking to take advantage and get the most out of your home, do it now. But don't just take it from me.
I'm Ray Dickerson.
And I'm Linda Dickerson.
Jeff helped us buy and sell homes in Brighton, and both transactions worked out better than expected.
What really set Jeff apart is his knowledge of the market, his network of contacts, and his aggressive marketing.
Jeff is focused, driven, and dedicated to his clients.
We'd recommend Jeff to anyone looking to sell a home in today's market.
Homeowners who sell their homes with Jeff get an average 98% of their asking price and sell their homes in an average of 23 days. Call Jeff Glover and Associates today at 855-JEFF-SELLS or online at housesoldname.com. Jeff Glover and Associates are the official real estate team of the Detroit Tigers and proud to support their new foundation, Glover's Hometown Heroes. Realtor Jeff Glover, a house sold name. Jeff Glover is affiliated with Keller Williams Realty.
What does Advance Auto Parts have to offer? Plenty. Like a rewards program called Speed Perks that gets you $20 off your next purchase when you spend $100 or more. What doesn't Advance Auto Parts have to offer? The recipe to your favorite dish from your favorite restaurant that's been closed for 5 years. So forget that gooey, double-stuffed lasagna and check out Advance Auto Parts rewards program Speed Perks and get $20 off your next purchase when you spend $100 or more. Advance Auto Parts. Let's get you back on the road. See an Advance team member or go to speedperks.com to sign up.
Does this sound familiar? You're about to get intimate with someone, and then you can't do it. Male performance issues are devastating and embarrassing. And who are you going to talk to? Your friends? Your wife? Your dad? Of course not. So you suffer alone. This is a common story for half of men, but it doesn't have to be. Call Boston Medical Group. Why? Boston Medical Group has helped thousands of men with performance problems, and they can help you too. Their treatment is 98% effective, even with men who can't take prescription medications like Viagra or Cialis. You'll receive a personalized blend of FDA-approved medications formulated to treat performance problems. And their medications work in minutes. They're so confident if you don't see results with the very first treatment, you pay nothing. So one phone call, one very professional visit, and you could be enjoying romance again. Stop suffering. Call now. 800-947-3300. That's 800-947-3300. 800-947-3300.
This is Rich Lalonde from Summit Place Kia in Waterford and the all-new Summit Place Kia in Clinton Township. I just read a statistic today that worries me. Car shoppers are visiting fewer dealerships than ever. Detroit, don't make a car buying mistake. Before you agree to what another dealer says about your credit, please allow me to show you what I can do for you. Just because you have bad credit doesn't mean that you have to settle for a bad car. At Summit Place Kia in Waterford and the all-new Summit Place Kia in Clinton Township, you can select from over 200 pre-owned vehicles, all in certified condition, for tens of thousands of dollars less compared to new. Best of all, if you've got $500 and you make at least $2,000 a month, you ride. Most importantly, you'll have peace of mind knowing that you and your loved ones are safe in a quality vehicle you can trust. You're going to love our used car selection. I guarantee it. Come see me, Rich Lalonde, at Summit Place Kia in Waterford and the all-new Summit Place Kia in Clinton Township, or visit us at summitplacekia.com.
The 97.1 The Ticket Studios are powered and protected by Guardian Alarm.
The station where your opinion matters. 97.1 The Ticket.
All right, if you're just joining us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Always live in the studio, 248-539-9797. Give us a call and join us here. I mean, what a day outside. If you don't want to go out and look at houses today, okay, then go out tomorrow. But it's going to be gorgeous either one of those 2 days. Get your offers in. Hey, let's get to some calls here, Alex. We got tons to share with you this morning. Let's go out to Tom in Canton. Good morning, Tom. Your question, please.
Yeah, hi, guys. I'm a big fan of your show, and I listen every week. Now I've got one that has a lot of the elements that I hear. So,
oh, boy.
Okay. We can help.
Good. I appreciate it. I'm 57. I live in Canton. Unfortunately, I'm going through a divorce.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I've got a lot of equity in my home. I'm on a 15-year mortgage at 4.5%. And it's paid off in terms of duration. I'm about 7.5 years into the mortgage, and I've paid extra on it.
Okay.
Forever, as long as I've had it. So I owe my balance is roughly $80,000 on the home. I think the home's Zillow says it's over $400. I'm guessing $375 to be safe.
Yeah, they're getting sued.
More.
Okay.
So the settlements or the mediation's done. Everything's going to be done hopefully at the end of the month. I'm going to be able, to buy my wife out. It's a premarital home that I own, so I have a little bit more equity. I'm keeping more of the equity in the home, but I have to buy her out for roughly $90,000. And I'm trying to decide, do I refinance and keep the home? I don't know the implications of that, or I've got 3 to 6 months to do this based on the deal. So do I just, is this a good time to go out and look and maybe buy something a little less at my age and downsize and because I got to pay 3 years of support as well. So just trying to weigh all those options.
Okay, Tom, here's the thing. In full disclosure, I'm not an attorney by any means. So thanks, but he said, of course not. Of
course not. You couldn't be one, Alex.
Maybe I could be.
Well, he's talking about a 170
I'm just saying,
loan.
look here. I did go through a divorce as well. So, I totally dig what you're going through. And that's, it's a tough time. But, I promise it'll work out fine. It's really it's a personal decision on what you want. I mean, yes, you can refinance and take out that $90,000, to pay her off. I mean, you guys have kids?
No, I don't.
I mean, dude, there's nothing wrong with selling it and downsizing and maybe getting a condo and just and just taking the upkeep. I mean, $400,000 in Canton's probably a pretty good sized house. I mean, it's up to you.
You know what I like too, Tom? You know what we keep hearing, and we're going to talk about it later in the show today, is, obviously your place would sell right away. You got a ton of equity in it, so you'd be pretty flexible on purchase price and things of that. I mean, for temporary, maybe take the cash out refinance, see where you're at, maybe stay there for another year or two. But before you make any decisions, go out there and see what the inventory is looking like. I think that would be something you definitely want to do is, we can get you set up with a qualified real estate agent just for a review and maybe go out and look at 10 to 20 properties. If there's something out there, that you might change your lifestyle that you think you're interested in, maybe you want to move to downtown Plymouth or something like that and downsize. I think that's what you need to do. Find out what the other end looks like before you go ahead and start spending money on a new mortgage. Now, again, you have lots of equity in the house. So you're going to be able to do a new 15-year or 20-year, whatever the term you're looking for, a 10-year fixed. Take a new $170,000 mortgage, pay your ex-wife off, and then, of course, you can move on from there at that point.
Got you. Okay, that sounds good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Tom, we'll call you for the show, and we'll get some more details and put you on the right track, man.
Good deal. Thanks for taking my
Good
call.
stuff.
No worries, man. Thank you,
All
sir.
right,
Have a great
thanks for
day.
joining us. We always like
See
to
ya.
hear from the listeners out there. Share anything you want with us. Hey, maybe it's just a casual conversation about what you got going on in your life. Does it pertain to real estate and mortgages? Maybe we can help guide you through. But again,
I hate to hear when people go through divorces. It just sucks.
That's part of the deal.
I know.
50% of us do that.
I know. I hate hearing that.
It all works out. It all works out
I
in the
know.
end. Hey, 248-539-9797. Let's move off to Monroe. Good. I'm glad you can hear us down there. What's going on, Ben?
Hi, gentlemen. How are you today?
Very good.
Good morning,
What's
sir.
happening?
Good. I need lots of help, so I'm calling the right people.
I
is
can-
what I'm.
I can
what I'm
do that.
hoping For. So.
All right, so what's
All right,
going on?
so
Talk to me.
We just recently closed on our home in Monroe and are in the final process of all of that. We're looking for homes up in the Rochester, Oakland County area. I'm on my way up there now with my wife to look at some homes.
Oh,
we
cool.
put an offer in. Yeah, we put an offer in on a home up there in Clarkston just yesterday. Now, what I'm looking at is really, I'm in the process now. I've already been through, like you said earlier on the show, I wouldn't even call it the pre-approval process because I went through a mortgage lender that took all of my information. So they took all of my pay stubs and all of that.
Awesome. That's a
So
good
really,
thing.
I've been
Awesome.
completely, certified and ready to go that way. My credit score, there's no issues with that. We both have great credit score, so we're excited about that, and that helps us out. But when I was with my mortgage lender, he threw out a rate of like about 4.25% on a home it's a 30-year conventional mortgage, 4.25%. I have right around $40,000 that I could put towards the home at closing and do all of that. But I don't know what my best option is. Do I take all of that $40,000 and put it into this home, or do I, put the minimum down on the home and hold some of these funds back and, reinvest them into other places and get more for my buck that way? So I guess I'm just trying to figure out, is 4.25% seem right, or should I really be shopping that around a little bit more and see if there's a better rate out there that I could get?
Ben, what's the purchase price?
$285,000.
And you got about $40,000 total to work with?
I have $40,000 that I could work. Yeah, total work with. If we're taking away like $25,000 from the home we just sold, I have about $20,000 that I could use. That's in the bank. That's extra funds that could go towards.
You have to think what's going to make you guys comfortable on a monthly basis. I personally, I don't have your pay stubs. I don't know how much money you guys make. I personally would put the minimum down. I mean, you could do a 5% down. I could buy you out of the PMI, so you could do 5% down, no mortgage insurance. And I mean, the rate's going to be right around where you were at, where this guy quoted you.
Okay.
Yeah. If you put 20% down, the rate would be a little lower, maybe.
Though, I want to be around. I mean, monthly mortgage statement. We'd like to work. We're kind of. My wife's going to not be working anymore. I'll be the sole income with this move. So we're looking for a mortgage monthly around maybe $1,600 to $1,800. So I don't know if that puts me in a place that's doable, or if I'm far off from that. At this
No, you're right there. I'd like to see I'd like to see the whole transaction, and look at the property taxes and the homeowners insurance. But I mean, I don't want to. I hate to say this on the air, but I'm pretty sure I can do better than what this guy's quoting you.
Okay. I mean, I appreciate hearing that, and I definitely want to. Somebody was talking to me yesterday about a program that's a 3% down,
right?
And it's some specialty program that the address that I had in Clarkston, he told me worked, and there's no income level that you have to be at to qualify for this program. And he talked to me about it qualifies for a lower PMI.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, the Freddie Mac
home.
home.
That one I was interested in, but I don't know anything about these.
They put a name on that one called the Freddie Mac Home Possible Advantage. So, it's a 3% down program. Although it's sort of geared towards first-time home buyers, it's not exclusive to that. And again, in the Tri-County area, there's no income limits, not just in Rochester. But for anybody listening, it's a great call, Ben. Anyone listening, you can go 3% down. Ben, you know what I always think when I talk to homeowners is, what about the quality of the house? In other words, what needs to be fixed on the house? What do you need to budget for? And I think that'll also fall into the conversation of how much you're going to put down, how much of your current funds you're going to use to purchase this new house. If it needs a new roof in 5 to 10 years, you might need a budget for that now. So again, I like what Alex said. If we can borrow money at these historic lows, maybe borrowing more money now and keeping that money for a rainy day, you can always put more money down on the house in the future. But maybe putting a little bit less down would make more sense.
No, I appreciate that. That definitely makes sense, and I'd love to follow up with you guys.
Yeah, no worries, Ben. You got it, man. I'll call you. Give me like a half an hour. I'll call you for the show.
That sounds great.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
All right.
Ben.
See ya.
Always fun to talk mortgages and real estate and have a conversation about someone who's open about it and just sort of gathering knowledge and information.
Yeah, I
And
totally
Ben,
agree.
welcome from Monroe County, coming all the way up here to Oakland County. Anyone else want to come our way? We're at open arms for you. 248-539-9797. We'll be right back.
All right, you are all set. Your monthly gym fees will be $60.
I thought it was $40.
Yeah, we thought you said 40.
Well, yeah, $40 base price, but that's not including the Never Enough Treadmills fee, the Rusty Gym Locker fee, the complimentary Scratchy Towel fee, the Sweaty Yoga Mat fee, and, of course, the fee fee.
Did you just say fee?
Yeah, the fee is a standard fee.
This is starting to sound like our Verizon bill.
Verizon says one price. Their bills say another. That's why at T-Mobile, the price we say is always the price you pay, because taxes and fees are already included. Right now, get 4 lines of unlimited data while on our network for just $40 each per month with AutoPay. Yep, 4 lines for just $40 a line. No surprises, no add-ons, no extra fees. $40 is $40. Nobody does unlimited like T-Mobile. Get to a T-Mobile store or call us at 1-800-T-Mobile and switch today.
Top 3% of data users over 32 gigs a month may notice reduced speeds. Price includes sales tax and regulatory fees.
Hi, I'm Mike Daggett from Mercedes-Benz of Novi. No matter where you're from, no matter what kind of car or SUV you have in mind, I promise one trip or one call to Mercedes-Benz of Novi will be worth it. We do things a bit differently here. I personally make sure every single customer gets their very best price, guaranteed. There is never ever any pressure here. We speak 5 different languages. Everyone is always welcome, and we have about 275 new Mercedes-Benz cars and SUVs in stock in colors and trims you won't see elsewhere at Mercedes-Benz-of-Novi.com. Once again, according to DealerRater.com, Mercedes-Benz of Novi is ranked the #1 Mercedes dealer in Metro Detroit for outstanding customer service and ranked #1 for customer satisfaction too. These are real reviews from real customers like you. You know you'll get our very best price. You know we'll take better care of you too. Please stop in or call us right now at Mercedes-Benz of Novi, and please see me when you get here.
Who provides the best entertainment and internet experience? Best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Lets you stream on 5 devices at once. Brings you Netflix on X1 and 75 megabits per second in the most popular packages? No question. Xfinity stacks up where AT&T doesn't. Get all these great reliable features, the X1 voice remote, and fast internet for an incredible price. Get up to 75 megabits per second download speed. Compare that to AT&T. And get X1 and voice for $30 each a month for 1 year when you bundle all 3. Call 1-800-XFINITY today. And make sure to ask about Xfinity Mobile, a new kind of network designed to save you money. Get up to 5 lines of talk and text, included with Xfinity Internet service with no activation and no line access fees. Plus 2 easy data options available so you can stream entertainment on the go and save along the way. Compare that to AT&T. Call 1-800-XFINITY today. Must enroll in EcoBill and only pay within 30 days or charges increased by $5 a month. Offer ends 6/27/17. Restrictions apply. Service not available in all areas. Limited to new residential customers. Equipment installation tax and fees extra and subject to change during and after promo. Early termination fee applies if all Xfinity service are canceled during the agreement term. After 1 year, regular rates apply. Netflix streaming membership required. Xfinity Mobile requires a post-pay subscription to a residential Xfinity Internet service.
What if you could sell your home for 18% more money? What if you only had a 1-day listing contract where if you weren't happy, you could cancel it at any time? What if your realtor would guarantee that your home will sell at a price and deadline that's acceptable to you, or he'll step up and buy it himself? Hi, my name's Mark Z with Keller Williams, and that's all part of the Z Guarantee. Call me, Mark Z, today, or go to soldbymarkz.com and start packing.
Call 844-SOLD-BY-Z.
Napa know-how. Come to Napa Auto Parts in Westland near Westland Crossings Mall this Friday for the new store opening celebration and huge one-day sale. Napa conventional motor oil for only $1.49 per quart. Napa wiper plates, 2 for $5. Giveaways all day long and free lunch from 12 to 1. Do you like NASCAR? Come check out the legendary Napa number 24 car on site from 4 to 8 p.m. Don't miss it. Head to Napa on Warren Road east of Wayne and Westland this Friday. Now that's Napa know-how. General states pricing while supplies last. Sale prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Miller Landscape. Tigers fall to the Red Sox 5-3 despite getting home runs from Mikey Matuk and Nicholas, don't call me Nick, Castellanos. Tigers and Red Sox tonight right here on 97.1 The Ticket. First pitch at 7:05. The Detroit Lions just signed offensive tackle Tony Hills. Adding depth to an O-line that may be without Taylor Decker for a while, who had shoulder surgery this week. After being injured during practice, he could be out, according to some reports, from 4 to 6 months. NBA Finals Game 4 finally goes to the way of the Cleveland Cavaliers. They forced Game 5 by trouncing the Warriors 137 to 116. LeBron James a record for the finals with 9th career triple-double. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1theticket.com.
Detroit Tigers baseball.
It's deep. It's got a chance. And it's gone. A home run.
One more reason when you think of sports, you think of Detroit's #1 sports station, 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back, 9:31. If you're just joining us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. That's right, you can find us at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Hey, if you're calling out of state, I got one for you. 1-800-3-LOW-RATE if you're not from Michigan. That's right, we do mortgages all across the United States, so definitely give us a call. 1-800-569-7283 anytime here locally. So much going on out there. Wanted to throw out, because there's so much new construction out there in the community. Purchases, if you want to lock in on a new construction loan, we have the extended rate lock. I think it takes up to 6 months for sure, Alex.
Correct.
Up here 6 months, there's a free float down option. So if you lock in today and the rate's a little bit better 6 months from now, you get the lower interest rate. Maybe take a little bit of more stress away from the mortgage part of it and just go ahead and handle the colors and picking out all your features with the builder. So a really cool program. Also, there's so much to know about new construction. Why not sit down with real professionals and then have some mortgage banker like Capital Mortgage Funding represent you the way you need to be represented? You need to know about all these things, such as the transfer tax, the state revenue stamp tax, title insurance, association fee startups, mailbox fees. There's so much to know about a new construction transaction. I think having a third party is the key to making your transaction go smooth and easy. And once again, temporary C of Os, how you to close on a new construction transaction, the whole process and procedures. You get more people involved in it, you're going to have a smoother process. All right, so much to share with you again. 248-539-9797. Let's go out to William in New Haven. Good morning, William. Go ahead with your question.
Hey. Good morning. Hey, so I have a question regarding a home equity loan versus refinancing. My wife and I purchased our house, and we're very fortunate that we were able to pay cash for it. And we want to take a bit of equity out on that because some of the cash was gifted. We want to pay back somebody. But as I make phone calls, everybody wants us to refinance versus just taking out an equity loan. And it's not really what I'm trying to do. What are your thoughts on that?
How much do you owe the person that gave you the money?
We owe about $45,000, and we want to give her a good chunk of that back. It's my mother-in-law. So.
Okay. I mean, William, here's the thing, man. A home equity line, it's not a fixed rate. So, the rate's going to go up. That's the issue. And that's why people are telling you to take an actual fixed mortgage. If you take an actual, like home equity line second mortgage, which it wouldn't be second because there's no primary on there right now, the rate's going to be higher. So you probably are better off just doing regular old 30-year fixed.
Gotcha.
Or whatever term you want. But an old-fashioned first one.
Yeah, you do a 10-year. It doesn't matter. But yeah,
I was just trying to avoid, the higher payment. I was hoping to get something that's, obviously much lower if you do,
payment's going to be like $200, man. It's going to be nothing.
Yeah, it's going to be a small payment for you. Not only that, I mean, think about that. I'm glad you called too, William, this morning, because, if people thought like that, hey, I want that lower payment, that takes me back to 2005 and 4 when families were just diving into interest-only adjustable rate mortgages. Well, when they increased, they lost their homes. They couldn't handle the difference. And worse than that, all those years went by and they never paid down their principal. So we find that many families get into those home equity lines. Yeah, they're good for flexible lines if you need it. You're doing a building project and it doesn't matter if the interest rate goes up because you can pay it off at any time. But really, for what you're doing, you're locking in. You're paying off a big amount of money to somebody else. Lock into a term that makes you comfortable, 15, 20, maybe even a 30-year, and you never have to look back. You'll be locked in.
Okay. And then the second part of that question, which is one of the other reasons why we're doing it, is we have to do quite a bit of work in our basement through the joist work on the first level. The home's about 120 years old. What kind of return on investment is there usually for doing, full, basically joist replacements in your basement? Is that something that I'm going to start under, or is that...
Well, it's a lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle. I mean, we've seen families, including myself, $50,000-$60,000 go into basements and walkout basements even. That's even, or daylight window basements, ones that have egress windows. And you might see a $5,000 to $15,000 value on an appraisal. Yeah, anything under the ground.
It's a Michigan basement. We're not trying to do anything with the basement itself. We're
very
just
little.
providing more support for the house. Yeah,
it's more of a structural thing. So you're not even finish it.
That's more of an upkeep thing, William.
Yeah, that's structural.
Okay, great. I was just curious.
No worries, man. Have a good weekend, buddy.
William, thanks for the call. Again, we'll follow up with you and see if we can offer you some great terms on a new mortgage. A cash out refinance is always pretty easy to obtain. Again, find out what you can qualify for if you're out there trying to purchase a house. Alex, I wrote down mortgage basics, but I didn't write down 101. I wrote down like class 201, sort of the next level.
Oh, the next one.
Yeah, the next level. So I just threw in a few things here. I'll read them out loud.
It's not a 400 level class. It's a 200 level class.
I think you actually obtain 400 level graduate when you close on the house, when you're getting ready to close on that house. By then, you're pretty much an expert. But the documentation, I mean, it's really the key to a smooth process. I look back at all the transactions, even recently. I can see where we're closing transactions in 3 weeks. On 21 business days, the clients have their ducks in a row. They're not waiting for the gift letter to show up. They're providing all pages of their bank statements. Alex, you mentioned it earlier. There's guidelines set forward. And the reason why those guidelines are very important is because of what happened even in the past.
Sure.
We see people going back to some of the old bad things that could get you in trouble. But the key is there's 7 to 8 documents that are needed. Now, again, they pertain, there are different documents needed based on your personal situation. Again, if you were divorced, you need to bring that divorce judgment. If you have several W-2s, you need to provide all that information. Again, if you own rental properties, you're going to need a copy of the lease, the tax bills, and the information about the insurance. So there's lots of different documents that are needed based on your situation. But the key is to get with a real mortgage professional that can sort of tell you those up front. You get those in our hands. And as some of the previous callers, including one of the gentlemen who called earlier today, he said he's all approved. He has a mortgage commitment. Again, his offer is only subject to the appraised value, title insurance,
clear title work.
and clear title work. And again, as long as you're on the job, you're closing within 3 weeks. So,
which is nice to hear, because a lot of times you hear a lot of people that say, the guy read my credit and I have an approval now. Well, they verified your income and your funds to close and all that, and the answer is a lot of times no, unfortunately.
Yeah, I got a lot of smart clients out there, and I'll tell you, we talk about the new process now because they didn't buy, they haven't bought recently, so they were getting mortgages in the 1990s. They're getting mortgages in the 2000s. Here we are in 2017, and some of the things have changed, including back in 2015, October 3rd, I want to say, is when we started with the LEs, the loan estimate. And that's when TRID kicked in. So again, the documentation changed. Now they have closing disclosures, not HUD settlement statements. But before you receive that, you receive the ICD, the initial closing disclosure. And those numbers aren't always accurate. So there's so many new documents. And I just think it's all about the knowledge you have. If you really want to have a smooth process, sort of step back a notch. You don't have to stick your chest out and be Mr. Tough guy, or just step back and learn. I think that knowledge is key to making your process really smooth.
I don't want to go negative today by any means. I think it's sunny outside. We're going to play golf later. I think it's going to be a good day. I have a client that, he received his loan estimate. And on the loan estimates now, all the property taxes, the homeowner's insurance, title work, everything is all looped into the term closing costs.
Right.
So sometimes you'll get a loan estimate. It'll say closing costs, $7,000.
Right.
Which is normal. If your taxes are $5,000, it's going to say closing costs. It then doesn't break down your closing costs, what you're actually paying. I had a realtor, actually legit file a complaint against me.
Yeah.
I know, you know what's going on.
I know.
That said, Alex, told my client that his costs were whatever, $2,500, and this estimate says they're $8,000.
Right.
That's not all you've done, Ms. Realtor, is disclose how stupid you are. I would never call a client and say you're overpaying for this house, because I'm not a realtor.
Well,
I'm a mortgage guy.
Yeah, in that case, she completely read it wrong, and she didn't know the document.
She doesn't understand what it is.
I don't know the document, I wouldn't even ever go near it. Call your mortgage guy. He's an expert in that.
Why would I ever look at something that's not in my profession and advise a client on something that I know nothing about?
Yeah, that kind of stuff keeps popping up.
Looking like an X-ray and being like, "Oh, your looks
your
like femur's cracked."
Yeah, slight fracture of the.
I don't know.
We have open lines right now: 248-539-9797. We always talk about the knowledge that's out there. Again, if you want to sit down with us, you can do a personal meeting at any time. Just call Capital Mortgage Funding. Again, we have in office all weekend long, plenty of people there to answer your phone calls. The key is, if you want to set up an appointment, bring in your spouse, bring in your parents, bring bring in the people that help you make decisions and have a real nice conversation about home ownership. I think the key is all about knowledge. And again, the smarter people in the industry, that's all we talk about is knowledge. The other people are talking about getting documents, how you're going to get the documents, how you're going to download them. It's completely irrelevant how the documents get to the loan officer and to the lender. The key is that you understand why you're sending those documents and how important that information is on those docs.
My assistant Meredith is an absolute rock star.
She's awesome, man. You have a great one, yeah.
She's driven out to clients and picked up their documents for them.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We have it's an elderly. What do you say? An older couple? I don't know, like
elder law.
I don't know. Whatever. They're retiring and buying a condo.
Sure.
In their mid 60s, late 60s.
Okay, close to my age, getting up there.
You're not that old, buddy. No. But they're like, I don't even know what scanning is.
Right.
Meredith's like, I will come to your home and pick up the documents. I mean, it's all, there's so many guidelines now that you're going to get the same rate and the same closing costs within probably an 8 1/4 point and $500 in costs, no matter whom you call. All you're doing is picking someone you want to hang out with for 25, 30 days.
Yeah, and again, you might have had an estimate worksheet given to you. You might have talked about interest rates with your mortgage guy 2 months ago. Rates change daily, so be sure to give us a call. Compare closing costs, compare your interest rate, compare the process. 248-539-9797. When we come back, all of your calls.
Tune in this Sunday morning from 8 to 9 for Inside Sports Medicine with Dr. Jeff Pierce. This week's guest is former Detroit center Dominic Raiola. Inside Sports Medicine every Sunday morning from 8 to 9 on 97.1 The Ticket. When you need small tools, think big. Sunbelt Rentals is more than just excavators and aerial lifts. They also have the broadest range of contractor tools and small equipment. From cut-off saws and demo hammers to pressure washers and trenchers, Sunbelt has the gear needed for any job. Whether you're a contractor or homeowner, the Sunbelt Rentals team in Sterling Heights can provide the advice and equipment to help equip your next project for success. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT or visit sunbeltrentals.com for the location nearest you.
Menards is your one-stop home improvement center. And now during our construction sale, you'll save big on everything for your home. From lumber to lights, doors to floors, paint to power tools, Menards has it all. Including a standard ball mount starter kit from TowSmart that includes a 2-inch ball and hitch pin. It fits standard 2-inch square receiver hitches, on sale just $9.99 each after rebate. Now, during Menards construction sale.
Save big money at Menards.
AutoZone has over 5,000 locations all across the country. But no matter where you're at, there's only one thing you can be sure of. It's gonna get hot. Heat causes battery fluid to evaporate, which could damage your battery's internal structure. That's why Duralast batteries are designed to beat the heat. Tested to start your car at up to 167 degrees Fahrenheit. And even though it won't get that hot in Alaska, you never know. It might. Duralast. Proven tough and sold only at AutoZone. Let's get you what you need.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Worry less with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty Mutual saved me almost $800 when I switched my home and auto insurance.
Liberty did what?
Yeah, I got the perfect coverage for us, and I didn't have to worry about skimping on Emma's party.
Oh, well, that explains the...
Howdy! Best birthday ever!
Visit us online to get a quote. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide survey of new customers. Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company.
This is the sound of a large Coke at McDonald's. And that is the sound of our straw going into the Coke. And now that any size Coke is only $1 all summer long, this is the sound of someone taking a long sip. And if you think that sounds good, how about any small McDonald's smoothie, frappe, or shake for $2? Now top that. Ooh, whipped topping, only at McDonald's. A la carte only. Limited time offer at participating McDonald's. Cannot be combined with any other offer or any combo meal.
Hey there, here to tell you about some of the hottest deals happening at Lowe's. For your garden, get great savings on Miracle Grow Garden Soil, 3 for $10. And make sure you're prepared for your next backyard barbecue with a 2-pack of Kingsford Charcoal, now for just $9.88. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid 6/7 through 6/14 while supplies last. U.S. only. Charcoal offer limited to 2 bags per customer. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Hi,
Hi, this is Mark Z with Keller Williams. There's never been a better time to sell your home. Home prices are at record highs. My sellers are getting more money than they've ever imagined. I have a proven system for selling homes that's creating bidding wars. I've sold thousands of homes. I'm not bragging. I'm applying for the job. Call me at 844-SOLD-BY-Z or go to soldbymarkz.com and start packing.
The Z guarantee. Call Mark Z. Call 844-SOLD-BY-Z.
Are you ready for Thunder? The 2017 Thunder Over Michigan Air Show, presented by the Wayne County Airport Authority, September 2nd through the 4th at Willow Run Airport, featuring the United States Navy Blue Angels, United States Marine Corps C-130 Fat Albert, wing walking aerobatics with Greg Shelton, World War II reenactments, activities for the entire family, and much more. Don't miss your only chance to see the Blue Angels in Michigan all 3 days. Your chance to purchase 25% off tickets is running out. Go to YankeeAirMuseum.org/airshow now. Kids 15 and under are free.
Detroit Tigers manager Brad Ausmus will talk with Jamie and Stoney and take you around the diamond all season long on 97.1 The Ticket.
Alrighty, welcome back to the show, 947. If you're just joining us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. In our 17th year, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Money, a 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We got open lines, 248-539-9797. Always like to hear from you. What a day outside. Get out there and enjoy it. Be safe if you're on the waterways. Yell 4 if you're hitting golf balls like I hit them, Alex. So you're going to go out there and try a little bit, but a lot to do here in Southeast Michigan. I always say this is absolutely one of the best places to live in the United States. And my daughters agree with me because they say, yeah, Daddy, we don't have bad weather here, really. Not real scary stuff.
Is there a graduation party coming up?
No, we just had a little powwow last night, a little birthday party thing.
Wasn't invited.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll invite you if we have something.
Thank you, buddy.
We definitely have open lines here. I know a lot of the callers didn't want to come on the air today, but we'll definitely follow up with you after the show. There's so much going on out there. The conversation about buying a new home. Let's not forget, though, the past. I mean, 2003, before the last recession, home prices were going through the roof. I mean, they just were. Of course, locally, we have rebounded big time from our horrible times we had. And they say 34% of the houses have come back in value in most areas.
It's more than that.
It's even, yeah, in some areas, especially here in our region, it's way more than that. So it's really good news.
Quite frankly, are never going to come back.
Okay.
I mean, they're not. There's not. They can't happen.
They were showing,
from like a pure economic standpoint.
They were showing some of the areas. Actually, nothing really here in Michigan popped up. They had 10 of the areas that haven't come back. I saw Bakersfield, California. I saw Fresno, California. I saw Las Vegas and Tucson, Arizona.
Las Vegas is back.
I mean, I think it is.
Las Vegas is absurd.
Those states, I think Michigan, it was Michigan, Georgia, I want to say California, Arizona, and Florida. Florida's still having their problems. They had so many homes built in the 2000s. And again, many of them, the prices were just escalating, and they just walked on them. I think they were featured in that movie, what was that, the movie about the housing debacle? It was The Big Short. There you go. If you got nothing to do outside today, sit inside and watch
the book. Don't watch the movie. Read the book. The book's.
I like watching the movie.
I know you do because the book takes you 3 weeks to read. The movie takes you 2 hours.
You want to move on? What do you want to move on to?
You were talking about just home values and prices and all that. You just really have to be careful with anything you're going to jump into. I love Nashville. But I read the other day there's something like 300 people a day moving to Nashville.
It is the place to move to. Right?
I mean, dude, Nashville's awesome. I think it's my favorite city. I think it's great. But it's artificially inflating home values. We have that many people moving into one city, and you just have to be cognizant of of your decisions, what you're going to do. And people talk about overbidding for a house. You can buy anything. You can. If you want to pay for it, you can buy anything you want. Doesn't make a difference to us. I just, advise our clients, just be careful. Just think it through. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to overpay by $30,000.
Unless you truly want that house and you've already had 20 offers, not go your way and stuff. But again, have your head screwed on, have your needs list. We were going to have, of course, Stephanie was coming in today and she had a little issue where she couldn't get in here today. But as we always have the agents talk on, we talk about the needs list. I think that's becoming a very important thing. Again, your budget with your mortgage person. Sit down, understand all the numbers with your mortgage guy. Understand what happens if that house doesn't appraise out. do the numbers with the mortgage guy. That's the key. Get financially set, and then have your real estate agent really narrow it down, that needs list. And again, for younger families out there, we know the needs list.
Do you want to explain the needs list, or just keep saying needs list over and over?
Oh, the needs list.
Okay.
You can explain it. But the first need for most young families is the number one is usually the school district and the location of the home. And then you could explain all the other needs.
For what needs list are you talking about?
Well, there's the needs like I need a 3-car garage. I need to have at least 3 bedrooms. I need to have 2 bathrooms because I have a family of 5. That kind of stuff.
So when you sit down with a realtor, you tell them what you want, and they filter all the houses. So if you say, I want 3 bedrooms, no less than 2,000 square feet, 2-car attached garage, and a fireplace. It'll filter through all the houses, in Royal Oak. So you'll only get the emails of the houses that fit your criteria, which actually saves you a ton of time. It's actually cool. You just take a Saturday or Sunday, you drive around and drive the neighborhood. I would encourage everybody to drive the neighborhood at 9 o'clock in the morning. Drive it at 7 at night, and maybe drive by late. Drive at 11 o'clock one night.
Yeah, a lot of times you might end up on an area because your friends live there, and you've visited them a few times. You've met the kids next door.
I need a buffer zone. I don't want any of my friends living that close.
You don't want
to
them
me.
right next door to you.
Well, I think my buddy Craig's the one that lives closest to me, and he's like 5 blocks.
You have a rule that
there's still a buffer zone.
A mile. They just can't show up anytime.
Well, no, but you need a buffer zone.
All right, we got a couple minutes left. 248-539-9797. Cash out refinances. Never want to talk all morning long without throwing in refinances, because that's what families are doing. They're saving money now. And not only they're saving money by consolidating their debt, but they're saving money by refinancing to lower terms. And that's the key, lowering your term, paying off your mortgage sooner. A lot of families out there, again, went from the 5% or higher interest rates. So now when you get into a 15-year mortgage under 4% for most families, that's the opportunity right there. Maybe $150 to $350 more a month, and you can knock off several years of mortgage payments. In many cases, again, Alex, like you say, it's 5-10 years that we're knocking off someone's mortgage term.
So if you save 5 years and your payment's $1,000 a month, it's $60,000.
That's real money right there. That's a simple calculation.
That's easy math. I don't know why you wouldn't do it.
And again, not only that, what's going on in the future, again, saving money, maybe pulling some equity out. A lot of the families, when they didn't have the equity in the house, let some of those projects go. But we do see, and we know from all the contractors on there, the roof companies are just nonstop busy. Heating and cooling companies, the concrete, you're getting that concrete poured, you're putting on that new deck, finishing that man cave, and doing all those home improvements that you put off for so long. So definitely call Capital Mortgage Funding at 1-800-LOW-RATE and see if you can pull some equity out of your house. And again, better your term on your mortgage and save money all the way around.
I love seeing all the construction going on right now. And I'm not even referring to...
Not the road construction, just the housing stuff.
I wasn't even going there. The road construction. You're killing me, man. I just like seeing people like doing construction on their homes. It's good to see that. It seems it was just the other day that you didn't see any of that. It was like it would be like 4th of July weekend, and it would be like gloomy out. There'd be like nothing. Just it was like during the depression. It was awful. But I love seeing all the construction right now. We're redoing our back patio. I've got Rick Vespa from English Gardens taking care of it.
Oh, okay. Rick's out there and his crew, yes.
Yeah, Perry Stevens at Allstate Tree. It's cutting some trees down, getting some light back there. It's really cool, man. It's nice. It's a happier time. It's a good time to be here.
Yeah, definitely. When your home's going up in value, you definitely don't mind putting a few dollars in, putting that new mulch down, replacing that shrub, and again, making it pretty, making it a real pretty sight when you pull up to your house and something. And that's usually the first impression families get. So again, it's very important that you do have a really nice looking. Why not? If it matters to you, who doesn't want to have a nice home to come to every day? That's the key. And again, why not take care of that home? One day this asset could be worth a lot of money. And again, it's shelter over your head. It's a tax deduction for many, but it's a lifestyle. And again, you should be proud of it.
It's funny. We talk about a lifestyle. So my neighbors, / friends on my street, we every summer it's like a competition to see who has the nicest yard. And it's great. It's great coming home from work, and seeing that, and seeing everyone's lawns all trimmed up. People got their flowers out there. It's just a good vibe. I mean, I think we're in a really good spot right now. And you can always call Capital Mortgage Funding at 1-800-LOW-RATE, or you can email us at mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com.
Yeah, hey, a little quick stat there. Fannie Mae Home Settlement, they came out and said, they do all these surveys with homeowners, and they came out with the share of Americans who said that it's a good time to sell a house. Well, of course it's a good time to sell a house. Yeah, that actually went up quite a bit. So that's at an all-time high. And they asked, of course, is it a good time to buy a house? And that dropped a little bit.
But you're going to, it's a good time to sell. You're going to sell and you're going to make money on your house. Yeah, you're going to make a ton of money. It's a great time to sell. But you got to buy something else. So you're going to sell at all-time highs and buy at all-time highs.
As simple as
everything
that.
offsets.
All righty. Hey, that wraps up another version of the Hardcore Mortgage Show. Want to thank all the listeners and the callers for calling in. Again, if you didn't get your call in, try us at the office. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. I see Pat Caputo out there. We got social commentary, sports all day long. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. We'll see you next Saturday.
Preceding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.